Hello and welcome back to Nova Aetas and our Ironman challenge. Now, as you can see, I have been pretty lucky with finding a couple of companions. Unfortunately, these companions are not exactly amazing. They're kind of, well, not really giving me anything of note, but the one thing that they are giving us are more bodies. They're giving us more bodies that are incapable of dying and have, well, not infinite scaling, but they do have good scaling in comparison to regular units, as you can see here. Now, I have a decent amount of florins right now, but I have been spamming tournaments. I have literally just been spamming tournaments as well as bandit fights. Well, not that many bandit fights, actually. If I'm honest, we've literally done like 2 or so bandit fights, and basically it was just looters. It was just looters that one time. And I couldn't find anything else. I literally could not find anything else, so I decided, hey, you know what, I'm just going to run to all of these towns, try and do the tournaments as much as possible. If there's a feast there, then even better, because I can just spam the tournament, well, basically 2 or 3 times and gain a huge amount of cash in the process. So pretty happy about that, because I was able to gain a couple more properties from all of the cash as well, which is really, really good. And I was able to gain a good amount of experience as well, and so much so that Byron has actually leveled up, I think twice in these tournaments. And literally, it's only because of me being able to get the first kill, because the Swiftest Cut award that you gain from getting the first kill in a round gets you a certain amount of experience. And also being able to kill the most units in a round also makes a huge difference to how much experience you're actually going to gain. And on top of the fact that you're actually going to be gaining experience from these things, you're also gaining renown. And our renown value is pretty good right now. It is pretty good. Going to show you in just a second how good it actually is. Just going to take all these things, because we do have a couple of companions that need shields in actual fact. So gonna just go and give this, I assume this is Marnid, but just reskinned and renamed a little bit. And yeah, he has 3 trade skill, so I'm pretty sure this is Marnid. But otherwise, we're just gonna give him a, well, we'll give him a flanged mace as well as a nice little shield there. We'll take away his boots, which are okay, but we'll just give him a little bit of a better piece of armor. Then we have Rolf in here, who I assume is Rolf, of course. And we'll give him a shield as well. And we'll give him some better boots. Don't have anything else for him, really. His Renaissance costume is actually really good anyway. I mean, not really good, but kind of good. And then we have Theodwin right here. And Theodwin is pretty good. Not too bad. He's quite a good... look at that. He's got 50 body armor. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, he comes without a shield, unfortunately. These are his stats at the moment. He's got, well, basically just basic combat stats. And we're hopefully going to be leveling him up into a relatively nice cavalry unit of some kind. But anyway, I was actually just down here in Jarkella because I was doing a tournament or 2 or 3. And yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. Just literally that. Just literally going to these different places, leveling up my guild hall as well, because if you spend the money and advance the guild hall and upgrade it for them, then you will gain prestige as a result of that. And that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool, because gaining 200 prestige for investing a certain amount of cash is pretty nice in my opinion. I might become a mercenary of someone, but I really don't know who at the moment. We're just going to be recruiting Catherine here for 5,000. What? 5,000? I didn't even realize I was going to spend that much on her. She doesn't seem to have any good gear. Are her stats any good? No. Why does she require 5,000? I have no idea. Oh well, never mind. I guess... yeah, she's basically Deshavi. She is a reskinned Deshavi, as far as I'm aware. She has basically the same equipment that Deshavi has initially, and there are some more mounted bandits that we are going to end up fighting. Unfortunately, I haven't really had a good amount of experience gain for our troops. The only thing that I've really been able to do, as I say, is basically 1 looter fight or 2, and a little bit of passive experience from basically trainer skill. and that's pretty much it. And we don't even have a very good trainer skill, so my guys have really not leveled up that much. But I'm not entirely sure if the tournament actually provides group experience or if it is just singular experience. I'm pretty sure it's just singular experience, because otherwise my companions would have leveled up relatively quickly as well at the same time, and it would have made things much, much easier for us. Gotta be careful here, though. Definitely gotta be careful. Alright, not too bad. As you can see, the power of healing is right there. Getting the additional first aid, because I'm going to show you my... Ooh, yeah. Gotta be a bit careful here. Alright, okay. Phew. A little bit of concentration required right there, and yeah, as I say, it is extremely important, very, very important to get, if you're doing the Ironman challenge alongside me or something like that, it's very, very important to get first aid leveled up. I'd actually like to heal myself. Yes, there we go. Fantastic. Even if it means that I'm going to be spending some experience points, recovering my HP by such a massive amount is just invaluable. Absolutely invaluable. So there you go. Going to take a little bit of loot. So you can see here that even these mountain bandits are easily capable of eliminating me right now. But that's okay. That's absolutely fine, because I expected that completely when I set out to spec mostly into intelligence. You can see right here, these are my stats right now. And I have even foregoed leveling up into strength any further, and I've actually concentrated on agility a little bit, so that next level I can level up my intelligence and intelligence and intelligence, and then I will be able to spend those extra skill points into athletics, weapon master, shield, riding, and so on and so forth. And that is going to provide us much more in the way of survivability, because the shield skill is fantastic. We know that from other series like Pendor. The shield skill has saved me on so many different occasions. Going to sell some tobacco here as well, because of course I have that from some of my tournament doings. And yeah, we're probably going to wait here for some time, a little bit, just so that we can get back to daytime. Maybe I'll find a tournament or something like that. But yeah, it's Nova Aetas is a very slow burning mod. You know, I think you kind of... I think you kind of get that by now, because I haven't really been able to advance that fast, and it's not through lack of trying, that's for sure, because I have attempted to, well, that's basically it. I have attempted to get to a higher standing, and yes, I do have a higher standing when it comes to my prestige. And you can see that right here. If we go to personal report, character report, you can see my prestige is now at 1471, literally just because I have bought some additional properties with the tournament money, because I'm literally able to get, you know, what is it now? 800 or so per tournament, per round win, in actual fact, and there are 6 rounds, so you can imagine how much money that is actually going to be, and how much do I actually need. Oh wow, look at that. I only need a very small amount to go to the next rank. We are currently the upper class, and that's actually looking really, really nice. Now, one thing that stands out to me here, piety, right? Piety is very important in Nova Aetas, not for any reason other than leveling up your charisma. And you may think, oh, well, how does piety level up your charisma? Well, when you donate a certain amount of cash, and I believe it is 1 point per 1,000 florins. So if you take 10,000 florins, like I did, to one of the nearby churches that aligns with your religion. That's the reason why I chose Christianity at the very beginning, because Christianity is the most widespread and it's the easiest to find a church of, you know, because if you obviously do atheism, you're not really going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to level up your charisma super easily. But anyway, so I donated 15,000 total to the church, and that gave me 21 piety because I already had 6. And then I gained 2 points in charisma as a result of that. And there you go. That's it. I don't even need to spec into charisma because of that, which in my opinion is invaluable. I think that's really, really good. Anyway, I'm gonna just send this guy off. He's gonna go and do his own thing, and I really don't know where to go. That's the main problem in Nova Aetas. There's a bit of a lull in the sort of mid-game, or shall we say the transition from the late early game into the very start of the mid-game. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to solve that, to be honest. I mean, I kind of know how, but it is very grindy based. You know, it's very, very much grindy. And it's not something that I very badly want to do on camera, because it is just, well, you know, it's spamming battles. You know, it's just spamming bandit battles and things like that. So what I'm actually hoping on doing is joining a faction as a mercenary, and then maybe we can participate in a couple of vassal battles and things like that, because I think that's much more fun than just fighting Sea Raiders over and over and over to level these guys up. And these guys are leveling up pretty fast, actually. As you can see, these level up into Nord Huskarls. How much does it take them to level up? Quite a bit of time. Quite a bit of time, but we already have 6 of these guys, and they're pretty good. You know, they're pretty good. They're not awful by any means. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to this guy. Ah, you sound like a good man to know. Ah, yes. So technically what I could have done, which I think I would probably recommend to people as well, although it is quite risky in itself, is enlisting in an army. Now, here's the thing. If you're not doing the Ironman challenge, go ahead and enlist in an army. It is really, really lucrative, very useful indeed, because you can literally just gain gear, you can gain money, and you literally have no expenditure whatsoever. You don't have your own units. You can buy property wherever you like with your money and your loot, and you're going to have a really great time. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do this because I have an army at the moment, and it's kind of good. So I guess I'm just gonna leave it. And wow, training these to Huskarls. Yeah, I'm not gonna train anything for you. So sorry. I would like to, but I think that's a little bit too much for me at the moment. All right, let's see. 6 warriors. 6 warriors? I just leveled those guys up. I don't really want to give those. Yeah, now that's of course another problem. They might not be at war against anyone. I'm actually going to take a look at the faction report here. Seems like nothing is really going on for us in that menu, so I'm going to need to go and look at factions in particular. So let's have a look at this kingdom right here. Are they at war against anyone? No, they're not at war against anyone. That means I will not be able to become a mercenary of theirs. So what about the Nordic Union? Let's have a look at them. Do not need your help at this time. Okay, I guess he doesn't actually have anything for us. Let's have a look. Nope. They're not at war against anyone either. So yeah, we're going to need to take a look at the various factions. So let's have a look here. No outstanding issues with anyone. Is at war with the Saranid Sultanate. So technically we could join the Swadians or the Saranids. Ah, the Rodoks are also at war with the Saranids. Okay, so that seems to be a plan. All right, so as I was on my way down, we have gained another trait. And, oh yeah, by the way, I have been upgrading the guild hall in Wercheg quite a bit, and it has now just completed and gave me another 200 prestige, and we have now advanced in prestige rank. I'm not entirely sure what prestige rank we are right now, but I suppose we'll find out after this. Anyway, we are apparently truly loyal, has been made to feel like a truly valued and honored member of his or her people. And vassals have a minus 100% chance to defect. That's actually a crazy crazy trait. And we also gain 2% renown per week upon staying in the kingdom. I actually have no idea which kingdom they're talking about because I'm actually not aligned with anyone. Very strange, in actual fact. Okay, so whatever the case, I guess we will continue down to join the Saronids because, I mean, maybe that trait is literally because I haven't joined anyone and I haven't fought any lords or anything like that. But yeah, I think we're going to be joining the Saronids because they are at war against 2 enemies. And so if I decided to choose, you know, for example, Swadia or something like that, and then they made peace with the Saronids, then I would basically be doing nothing yet again. Oh, the Mithridian Empire has declared war against Swadia. Not a big fan of the Mithridians, but I don't really want to fight them because I think they're going to be kind of hard. So probably not the best idea for me at the moment. Yeah, now I do know that someone mentioned that if you take 150 or so units over to Aztec territory, you're probably going to have a pretty easy time of taking their strongholds and keeps and castles and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's definitely an idea. However, I don't have that at the moment, which is probably a bit of an issue. But anyway, we're going to join, and we're going to gain 700 florins, and we are now at peace, technically, with the Mithridians, which I think is actually pretty cool. And now we can go about, we can raid some villages and so on and so forth. So I did actually attend the tournament in Praven, believe it or not. I did actually attend that, but I still had the quest. I assume I needed to speak to someone to be able to complete it. But anyway, we're going to go and join the tavern here for a real quick second, because I found that getting people and recruiting them from the tavern is actually a really good way to go. So I decided, hey, you know what, let's go in there and see what's up. But otherwise, okay, let's have a look. Wait a minute, what's this? Ah, I did not actually hand that in. Ah, that was terrible. Okay. Well, I'll probably hand that in at some point, but thankfully there's no duration on it or anything like that, so we should be absolutely fine. Anyway, we're going to go and we're going to raid some villages. I'm assuming that my people are going to have some problems with this, so this might be a bit of an issue. But I'm going to have to do it. Also, I'm going to talk to Rolfin and tell him that, no. I'm going to tell him that I aspire to be king, and then he can go off and give me some right to rule, which would be nice. And let's loot and burn this village as soon as possible. We don't have a very high looting skill, so this is going to take quite a bit of time and probably won't be that good in terms of how much money we're going to make in comparison to tournaments, for example. Oh dear. Yes. Oh dear. Right. We've got 53 against the enemy's 155. But we are here in this very small little courtyard, and we're just going to wait here for the opponent to come in, and then we will murder them. So let's see what we can do. Alright, gonna tell my people to charge in now. I think we should be okay. I'm actually kind of surprised that we are not losing more units than we actually are, but new enemies have arrived, and I think we're gonna do okay, literally just because we are in this courtyard, and they're running in here basically in single file, and making it very easy for us to counter them, which is quite interesting. Bear in mind that I can take a couple of hits. Doesn't really matter too much if I take damage because I can just heal myself. I can also heal my my troops as well, so I'm actually going to do that right now. There we go. Inspire our men, and hopefully they will not die as a result of them cheering, because that happens. But I've got to be careful here as well, because remember, the heal, the self-heal, is a 60-second cooldown. So even if I decide, hey, you know what, I'm gonna heal right now at 80% HP or something like that, I always have to remember that there's a 60-second cooldown, because if I don't, that's gonna lead to a very easy death. So I'm actually really surprised that we are actually surviving here. I mean, we're taking a little bit of damage from their elite spearmen at the moment. That's a bit of an issue. I'm kind of just attacking very, very scarcely right now. I'm not really committing a huge amount to a fight in this area because I don't really want to put myself in a position where I'll be caught out. And being caught out would be awful. But if I can actually survive this, I will be very surprised indeed. Seems like we're doing okay so far. We've only got 16 enemies, actually 16 allies remaining, but we have 21 enemies to deal with. There we go. Okay, nice. Most of them are seemingly crossbowmen, which is actually kind of amazing because crossbowmen are not going to be amazing in combat, so that's really good. In melee combat, that is. Okay, gotta be careful here. Gotta be careful. My shield is absolutely awful, so any extra damage I take here... Wow, that was an elite crossbowman. Wow, an elite crossbow... We won? Okay. We won, fellows. We won against a fully fledged vassal with 104 units. Wow. I gained a good amount of renown, some good morale. I'm going to continue charging against him, and we'll see if we can win. We'll see if we can win. Okay, I'm going to get off my horse once again. And we'll just tell my forces just to hold position here. I'm going to tell them to actually stand closer quite a bit so that we can stop running into the walls here, because running into the walls is certainly not something that is going to be very productive for us. And as long as we can kind of stay back here and do a little bit of damage, and it seems like... Did you see that? That guy was like, oh, Matrix move. Yeah, let me do the Matrix move. Alright, well, whatever the case, I actually think we might be able to just charge. It seems like that, at the very least to me, because most of the enemy is probably going to be ranged units. That is how it looks. Wow, okay. Whoa, okay. Took a lot of damage right there. I'm going to heal myself. I'm really pleased that I got those hired blades. Let me just say that. The hired blades are saving everything right now. Absolutely everything. They are literally killing so many units. Okay, gotta be careful. As I said, you can't take risks when your heal is on cooldown. Should tell myself that. There we go. Okay, how are we doing? 22 enemy. Okay, 22 allies remaining. I keep mixing them up for some reason. Don't know why, but otherwise, I think that is indeed a victory. We even knocked a noble knight unconscious. These guys are trying to run away, but it is not going to work because that is a wall. And there are a couple of other enemies over there. Wow. I'm kind of shocked, to be honest. I'm kind of shocked. I really didn't think we were ready to do any kind of vassal battling without any kind of assistance, if you know what I mean. Really thought that we would need some kind of help from an allied vassal or something like that. But being able to complete this and potentially could have taken him prisoner. I actually would have loved to have taken him prisoner, but of course that's not going to happen. Anyway, we're just going to, well, recruit all of these. Even though I was not really wanting to use Saranid units, these guys are going to be really, really great for us. I'm not going to take the veteran cannoneer because cannoneers are, well, they're disabled at the moment. I've actually disabled their ability to use artillery because it's kind of imbalanced and broken, and I didn't really want to use them, but actually they do seem to have a sword, so I guess I'll just hire them. Why not? Alright, so this is a bit of a problem now. I'm going to continue looting. Oh dear. Right. I won't be able to win this, so I'm going to have to pull back and leave 25 soldiers behind. And we're going to have to run. Run, Byron, run. Okay, that's actually not even the big deal. That is perfectly fine. That is actually the liege himself, isn't it? Wasn't that the liege himself? I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case, we did gain a huge amount of renown from that battle. a lot of experience, as you can see right here. A lot of people ended up leveling up, and a lot of companions leveled up as well. I'm pretty happy with how that went, actually. So, in between this episode and the next one, I will be recruiting more and more units. I will try to get more Nord units in my army, and then we will try and, well, maybe participate in a larger scale battle. But I think generally what I'll try to do is just try and get more cash, participate in more tournaments, because let's face it, you don't really want to see tournament spam most of the time. But anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.